Hello everyone, my name is Chandra Prakash Bhavna, and today I want to discuss an interview in a company called Swarna Sky, and the company location is Hyderabad, and the interview date was the May 6, 2025. So they asked me array merge and array combined. So and they gave me an array 1 2 3 4 5, and second array is 6 7 8 9. So merging array underscore merge. If array 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5, array 2 6 7 8 9, dollar merge equal to array merge array 1 array 2. So print are merged. So the output will be 0 equal to 1, 1 equal to 2, 2 equal to 3, 3 equal to 4, up to 8 equal to 9. So this is the array merge. In the case of array combined, array 1 1 2 3 4 5, array 2 6 7 8 9. If you are using array underscore combined, array 1 array 2, and print are combined, so it will give an error. Argument 1 keys and argument 2 values must have the same number of elements. Issue: the function array combined array 1 array 2 requires that both arrays must have the same number of elements so that it become keys and value. So combining array combined is not suitable in this case because both arrays need to have the same length and we don't have key value pairs here. Array 1 1 2 3 4 5, array 2 6 7 8 9 10, and now you are using the array combined array 1 array 2. So print are combined. So the output will be 1 equal to 6, 2 equal to 7, 3 equal to 8, 4 equal to 9, 5 equal to 10. Explanation: array combined array 1 array 2 pairs element from array 1 as a key and array 2 as values. So 1 equal to 6, 2 equal to 7, 3 equal to 8. Second question: write down third highest salary SQL query. So select distinct salary from employees, order by salary disk, limit 1, offset 2. So it will give the third highest salary. What if there are multiple name values in the third highest salary? So for that, select star from employees where salary equal to subquery select distinct salary from employees, order by salary disk, limit 1, offset 2. Third question, they ask me optimize website in the code level. So use output buffering. Instead of sending output immediately, buffer it and send it all at once. So avoid repeated function calls. Bad. If you are using $i equal to 0, I less than equal to count array, I plus plus. Okay, so this is a bad practice. Good practice is dollar length equal to count array. For $i equal to 0, I is less than dollar length, I plus plus. Third, use isset or empty instead of str, len or comparison. So if isset $get id, so this is the faster than checking. Not equal to. Use prepared statement PDO or MySQLi. Prevent SQL injection and reduce parsing overhead. So $stmt equal to $PDO prepare. Select star from users where ID equal to question mark. $stmt execute $id. Cache expensive operation. Use file based Redis or Memcached caching. Example: simple file cache. $cache file equal to cache data JSON. If file exists, $cache file end time minus file time, $cache file is less than 3600. Bracket start, $data equal to JSON decode, file get content cache file true. Else $data get expensive data, file put content cache file JSON encode data. Minimize use of include require in loops. Move them outside loops or use autoloading SPL autoload register or composer. Use for each instead of for arrays. For each $array as $key equal to value. More efficient for associative arrays. Enable PHP opcode cache. In production, enable opcache in php.ini. Opcache.enable equal to 1. Opcache.memory consumption equal to 128. Opcache intern string buffer equal to 8. Opcache max accelerated file 10,000. Avoid deep nesting and use early returns. Bad. If user is active, okay, this is bad. Better if not $user or not $user is active, return continue. Use efficient data structure. Use in array for small list but set on associative array is faster. $list equal to A, true, B equal to true. If is set $list key, and then you have to open the bracket and close the bracket. Profile and benchmark. Use tools like Xdebug, WebGrind, KCatchGrind, Blackfire.io and Tideaway. Question number 4. Transactions in MySQL. So in SQL, a transaction is a set of operations that are executed as a single unit. These operations can include multiple SQL statements such as insert, update or delete. Transactions ensure that the database maintains its integrity and consistency according to the ACID property: atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. Basic transaction commands: start transaction, initiate a transaction, commit, save all changes made during the transaction to the database, rollback, undo all change made during the transaction, returning the database to its state before the transaction began. Basic SQL transaction example: start transaction, perform some operations, update account set balance equal to balance minus 100 where account ID equal to 1, update account set balance equal to balance plus 100 where account ID equal to true. If everything is correct, commit the change. Commit. Rolling back a transaction. If something goes wrong during the transaction, you can use rollback to undo the changes. Start transaction. Perform some operation. Update account set balance equal to balance minus 100 where account ID equal to 1. Update account set balance equal to balance plus 100 where account ID equal to 2. So something goes wrong, so rollback. Use the rollback. Here, if an error occurs before the commit statement, the rollback ensures that no changes are applied to the database. In the example, a transaction begins with start transaction. Two update statements are executed to transfer money between two accounts. If transaction is successful, commit is issued, making the changes permanent. So transaction ACID: atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. The concept of transactions in database is defined by the ACID properties, which ensure that database operations are proceed reliability. Here is background. Here is the breakdown of each component in ACID. Atomicity, all or nothing. Definition: a transaction is treated as single unit, meaning either all of its operations are executed or none are. For example, if a transaction involves transferring money from one account to another, both the debit from one account and the credit to the other must succeed. If one fails, the entire transaction is rolled back, ensuring no partial updates. Consistency, that is a valid state. Definition: a transaction takes the database from one valid state to another valid state. It ensures that the rules and constraints of the database, such as foreign key checks, etc., are always maintained. For example, if a rule says that the balance in the account cannot be negative, a transaction that tries to withdraw more money than the available balance will fail. keeping the data consistent. Isolation, that is independent execution. Definition: transactions are executed in isolation, meaning that the operations of one transaction are not visible to other until the transaction is complete. This ensures that the transaction do not interfere with each other. Example: if two users try to transfer money from the same account simultaneously, isolation ensures that the final result is correct as if they are processed one after other, even if they are processed at the same time. Durability, that is permanent. Definition: once a transaction is committed, its changes are permanent even in the case of system crash or failure. The database ensures that the changes are returned to non-volatile storage like a disk. Example: if a transaction to transfer money is committed and the system crashed afterward, the transaction effects money transferred will still be preserved when the system recovers. In summary: atomicity, everything happens or nothing happens. Consistency, data moves from one valid state to another. Isolation, transactions don't affect each other's operations. Durability, once a transaction is complete, its changes are permanent. Question 5. How do you call store procedure? Answer: you can call a store procedure in MySQL using the call statement. So basic syntax: call procedure name, parameter 1, parameter 2. Example: a stored procedure is a prepared SQL code that you can save so the code can be reused over and over again. So if you have an SQL query that you write over and over again, save it as a stored procedure and then just call it to execute it. Example: create a sample database. You have created a database and you have inserted some dummy data, and then you are using create procedure get all employees, begin, select store from employees and $delimiter. Call the store procedure, call get all employees. Question number 6, they ask me double equal to and triple equal to. X triple equal to hello versus X double equal to hello. So X triple equal to hello, this is a strict comparison. Checks both values and type. Does not perform type conversion. The operands must have the same type and value to return true. $x equal to hello, where dump $x triple equal to hello, true, same value at the same type. Where dump $x triple equal to hello, false, same value but different case. Where dump $x triple equal to 5, false, different value, different type. Second, X double equal to hello, loose comparison, performs type correlation. If the types are different, PHP will attempt to convert one or both operands to a common type before making the comparison. $x equal to hello, where dump $x double equal to hello, false, case sensitive comparison. Where dump 5 double equal to string 5, true, type correlation, string 5 is converted to number 5. Where dump 0 double equal to false, true, type correlation, 0 is converted to false. Question 7. How do you declare variable in PHP? In PHP, variables are declared using a dollar sign followed by the variable name. So $variable underscore name equal to value. So rules for declaring variables must start with $. The variable name must start with the letter or underscore, cannot start with the number. Variable names are case sensitive, that means $name does not equal to $ in capital name. Limitation to declare a variable: naming rules must start with a dollar sign. Variable must begin with a letter or underscore, cannot start with the number. Only allowed characters, letters A to Z, small a to Z, capital A to Z, numbers 0 to 9 and underscores. Case sensitivity: Variables name are case sensitive. Reserved keyword, avoid using reserved keyword like the class function echo as variable names. Fourth, cannot use special characters. Variable names cannot contain spaces or special symbol @ hyphen hash etc. Question number 9, primary key and unique key. So you have to make a comparison between them. Primary key and unique key. Primary key enforce unique values. Unique key enforce unique values. Primary key not allowed implies null value not allowed. Unique key allowed, can have one or more null values. Number per table, primary key only one per table. Unique key can have multiple unique keys. Default index type, primary key clustered index INNODB. Unique key non-clustered index. Index created, primary key yes automatically created. Unique key yes automatically created. Can be composite, primary key yes multiple columns. Unique key yes multiple columns. Null behavior, primary key no null allowed in any column. Unique key null allowed unless explicitly restricted. Declaration, primary key column. Unique key unique column or unique key name column. Default for primary key entity identity, example ID. Unique key alternate keys email username. Example, you have created a table users ID in primary key, so this is a primary key. Email varchar 100 unique, this is a unique key. Username varchar unique, this is another unique key. So feature cluster index or non-cluster index. Data order, cluster index data physically stored sorted. Non-clustered data sorted separately. Count per table, cluster table only one, non-cluster table many allowed. Speed of primary key lookup, clustered index faster, non-clustered index slower. Space usage, clustered index no extra copy of data, non-clustered index extra storage for index. Type index, primary key, non-clustered index unique normal index. Question 10, can unique key be null if how many null values? Answer yes. A column with a unique key in MySQL can contain null values. How many null values are allowed? MySQL allows multiple null values in unique key column. This is because in SQL null doesn't equal to null. Each null is treated as different unknown values. Okay. So MySQL treated multiple nulls are not duplicate. Example, created table employees ID primary key and email varchar unique. Now you are inserting 3 dummy data. So the first dummy data ID email 1 and then a@example.com. Second dummy data ID 2 null. Third ID 3 null. So this is allowed. Given an array A equal to ABCD, EFG and ABCD. Count the alphabet function. So array underscore count underscore values array. So let us suppose you have $A, ABC, ABD, FD, C. So result equal to array underscore count underscore value $A. So print R result. So output will be the A comes twice, B comes twice, C comes twice, D comes twice and F comes once. Trait in PHP. PHP does not support multiple inheritance directly because a class in PHP can inherit from only one parent class. This restrictions avoids the complexities and ambiguities of diamond problem which can occur in the multiple inheritance scenario. Trait logger. Public function log message echo log $message. Trait notifier, public function notify $message echo notification $message. Class user use logger notifier. Public function create user $name echo user $name created. This log create user dollar name. This notify user dollar name has been added. Now dollar user equal to new user, dollar user create user Alice. So the output will be the user Alice created, log created user Alice, and notification user Alice has been added. Question 12, PHP 7 and PHP 8. PHP 7 fast, PHP 8 even faster, JIT engine. PHP 7 name argument no, PHP 8 yes. Match expression PHP 7 no, PHP 8 yes. Null safe operator PHP 7 no, PHP 8 yes. Attribute annotation PHP 7 no, PHP 8 yes. Attribute. Union types PHP 7 string, PHP 8 no. Constructor promotion PHP 7 no, PHP 8 yes. str contents PHP 7 no, PHP 8 yes. JIT compiler PHP 7 no, PHP 8 yes. Old functions PHP 7 still available, PHP 8 some removed or changed. JIT stand for the just-in-time compiler. Instead of running PHP code line by line like usual, JIT compiles part of code into machine level instruction just before they are needed, making it run faster, especially for a complex or repeated tasks. So here is a clearer view showing the timing comparison between PHP 7 and PHP 8 with JIT using the same each prime example. So PHP function is prime $num. If $num is less than equal to 1, return false. For $i equal to 2, $i less than sqrt $n num and $i plus plus. If $num ampersand $i triple equal to 0, return false. And outside the bracket return true. $start equal to micro time true. $count equal to 0. For $i equal to 1, $i is less than equal to 1 lakh and $i plus plus. If each prime $i, then count plus plus. $end micro time true. Echo total prime numbers $count. Echo time taken end minus start second. So sample timing results PHP version and time taken. PHP 7.4 it will take approximately 1.8 seconds. PHP 8 with no JIT 1.7 seconds. PHP 8 with JIT 1.1 seconds. So the conclusion is JIT can improve performance especially for CPU heavy loops or calculations. Not a big boost for typical website tasks like rendering HTML, but great for the data processing. Steps to enable JIT. Find your php.ini file. opcache.enable 1. opcache enable CLI 1. opcache JIT buffer size 100M. opcache JIT 1255. New feature in PHP 8. JIT just-in compiler, union types, named argument, match expression, null safe operator, attribute, constructor property promotion, new string function, static return type, weak maps, and improved error handling. The 14th question they asked me interface versus abstract class. So if you don't know anything about implementation, just we have requirement specification, then we should go for interface. Abstract class, if we are talking about the implementation but not completely, that is partial implementation, then we should go for the abstract class. Second, inside interface every method is always public and abstract whether we are declaring or not. Hence interface is also considered as 100% pure abstract class. Every method present in abstract class need not to be public and abstract. In addition to abstract method, we can take concrete methods also. Third, we can declare interface method with following modifier: public, private, protected, abstract, final, static, synchronized, native, strict, FP. We can declare abstract method, no restriction on abstract class method modifiers. Fourth, every variable present inside interface is always public, static, and final whether we are declaring or not. The variables present inside abstract class need not to be public, static, or final. We cannot declare interface variable with the following modifier: private, protected, transient, volatile. There are no restriction on abstract class variable modifiers. For interface variables, compulsory we should perform initialization at the time of declaration, otherwise we'll get compile time error. For abstract class variable, it is not required to perform initialization at the time of declaration. Inside interface we can't declare instance and static blocks, otherwise we'll get compile time error. Inside abstract class we can declare instances and static blocks. It's inside interface we cannot declare constructors. Inside abstract class we can declare constructor which will be executed at the time of child object creation. Note 1. Since Java 8 interface can have default and static method also. Note 2. Abstract class can have final, non-final, static and non-static variable. Note 3. Serialization implementation is possible in interface using the maker interface. So these were the questions asked by the Swarn Sky company, and the location is Hyderabad, and the interview date was the May 6, 2025. So I will share more questions with you. Till then, bye.